Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and in this one we'll be continuing our Los Angeles Angels franchise in MLB The Show 18, and coming off a World Series win in year number 1, everything kind of went right for us, and, throw in a little bit of luck, we managed to win the World Series. So our goal has been accomplished. We are done. We're moving on to another franchise. No, we're going to try to repeat in year number 2. If you didn't check out any of the first year, feel free to go back and take a look at how everything went down. Pretty exciting at times playoff run there too. But yeah, moving into year number 2, like I said, we're going to try to repeat. That is the goal. It's definitely going to be a little bit difficult to do, especially with all the kind of powerhouse teams, more so in the AL. But also teams like the Dodgers and the NL. So, we know those teams are definitely going to be in the playoffs, and that's where things are going to get difficult if we make it there. But we're going to try to make this team a little bit better moving forward if we can. And we're going to jump right into the offseason, see who we lost. We lost Albert Pujols. I think that was to be expected. Definitely a Hall of Famer, first ballot. 303, 627 homers. So it was nice that he actually won the World Series in his last year. So good for him. Hall of Fame inductee. Very nice to see. No free agents that we have to handle. So moving on to free agency, and we'll kind of take a look at the salary arbitration here. Erlin, he really pitched well for us. I'm pretty excited about him moving forward. He's got a lot of potential. I really like the walks per 9. He's a good pitcher. What does he want? 3.8? We can do that. We can do 3.8. That's no problem. We do have about, when I looked at the budget actually previously, we're about plus 950K. So, we have some room to make some signings. If we go out and sign some huge player, that might bring us down very close. So we're just going to try to see if there's a couple of good players that we need. I'll go through the roster in just a second. I'll actually do this off screen, but how much does he want? 4.3. It's not too bad. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm gonna try to go through and get a couple of solid players instead of just one big player, because I think there were a few areas that I wanted to try to improve upon on the roster. But I will go through this. I'll let you guys know anyone that we don't offer arbitration to, any guys that we don't offer contracts to that are, players of note. And then we'll meet up again and head into the roster, go over that, and then jump into free agency and set up the 40-man rosters if we need to do anything there. So just hold on one second, and I will meet you guys back at the main screen. Alright, so I went through all the arbitration, all the contracts, we got that settled. Just really quickly to show you guys who we're not bringing back. In the arbitration eligible players, the only 2 guys that I don't want to bring back is Harvey and JC Ramirez, who actually did pretty well for us last year, but I don't know. I have other guys that I'd much rather have as kind of that 4th or 5th starter or depth pieces, and I don't want him to be a depth piece that we're paying $1.5 million. So we still have Pena, we still have Tropiano, we have Barria, who's still developing, but he is on the 40-man roster. I do kind of want to look for a 5th starter. I figure Pena or Tropiano can be that. Well, not a 5th starter, but I figure Tropiano or Pena can be that 5th starter for us. Maybe Cahill can be number 4. We got these 3. What am I saying? No, hold on, that's wrong. We have Heaney, Erlin as Skaggs. Cahill or Pena or Tropiano can be guys that could fill in that 5 spot. And I do want to go see if we can't get another starter. A lefty reliever would be a good option, because I do want to probably move on from Cedeno. Aside from that, maybe a first baseman to start. Maybe Bohr could kind of be a backup, or maybe we move Bohr. So that's a possibility, and then possibly a third baseman. I think everything else, for the most part, is good. Then a couple of, just to fill out the organization, depth piece and stuff like that. But those are the areas that I want to try to address on the Major League roster, the 40-man roster. But going back to the arbitration, we're not going to offer any to JC Ramirez or Matt Harvey. Both of those guys are going to get released. Matt Harvey just is not good. And as we know, I don't really want to pay Ramirez what he's looking to get paid. Next, we have the guys that we needed to offer contracts to. We're not going to be offering one to Almonte. He just, I look at his attributes and I don't think he's worth what he wants, and he's just going to be a depth piece for me. I'm not going to sign John Lamb. There are a couple other guys, Jesus Castillo, and then 2 low-rated guys down here. So we do have to go and release them. McGuire, Cole, Castillo, Almonte, and Lamb. Okay. McGuire, Cole, Castillo, Lamb, and Almonte. And the main reason there, aside from like the attributes, is just I really don't want to pay them what they're looking for, because these are guys that I know are not going to really be in the on the Major League roster, if the 40-man roster at all, throughout the year. So there's really no point in wasting money on their contracts. For the relievers, I didn't want to offer Ramirez here, who's a D potential. I'm not too high on him. A couple other guys here. This guy, Casemiro, Molly, and Curtis. So we want to go release those guys. Where is he? Ramirez, Molly, and then what was the other guy? Curtis. And then there was one more player, catcher's Dustin Garneau. Again, just another guy who wanted a little bit more than I wanted to pay him to be a depth piece in the organization, not even on the 40-man roster. So we're going to release him as well. So we're down to 82 players. So we have room now. There were 4 areas of need that I wanted to address in free agency, or try to. So let's see what there is here. Right away, like I said, I don't know exactly how much we have to spend. We have 90 million on the books already, and we're up 1.35 million, but we have all those contracts that still need to be signed. So that's a little worrying. I'm trying to think what I want to look for. Oh, we can see we have 31 pending, which is going to bring it close. 31 and a half. So right now the budget's probably 91 plus 31, 122, 121. So we don't have a ton of room to work with, but I do want to see if we can get some solid players here. So let's see if there's anybody in the starting rotation. Definitely don't just want to take anyone. That seemed to work well too last year, but we'll see what we can find. Morton, he's getting a little older. He's probably going to start to trend down quite a bit. Corbin, he's probably too expensive. There might not be anyone in the starting rotation here that we can pick up. Because I don't know if I really want... I don't think it's worth getting a guy like Miley or Hellickson necessarily. Although Hellickson looks like he could be decent, depending on how much he wants. 3.8? Maybe we'll come back to that. I do want to look to see if there's a lefty. If there's any lefties that I like here. Diekman I'm not big on. Venters could be good. I don't like his walks per 9, but he could be good. So maybe we... Oh, how much does he want? 2.8? It's not that bad. Can lower that quite a bit if we put him in the bullpen. So let's offer him a 1-year deal. Pomeranz is a lefty too. Whoa, he had a good year. Wait, who do we have? Garcia, Cedeno. Cedeno we might want to move. Vincent, Bedrosian, Robles, Milton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, we have Cody Allen as their closer. So that's 6, 7. So who... Didn't Middleton have a good year for us? Yeah, he did. So I don't think we need to. So the question becomes, do we go with Pomerant? No, because Pomerant's probably more expensive. 3.5. Not too much, but, you know, 2.2. I mean, how much can we get? No. Pomerant's on, yeah, it's a whole nother $1 million. So Venters might be the option there if we can sign him. Who else? First base, is there anyone? What is Bohr better? Yeah, he's better versus righties. So if there's a guy who's pretty good versus lefties and he's not too expensive, that could be an option. Duda, no. Alonso, Reynolds, better versus righties. Yeah, I don't know if there's a better option there. Third base, do we have Moustakas, Escobar? You know, I wouldn't mind Escobar. I honestly wouldn't mind Chris Johnson. Wait, so Bohr is better versus righties. So what if we sign Chris Johnson? That's an idea. Look at that contact. That contact does not go down. How much does he want? 2.2? You didn't even play last year, though. You didn't even play. Do I have to lie to you and tell you you're going to be an everyday player? Oh, my God. I wonder if he'll take that. It's a risk. And if it doesn't work out, we might have to drop him. But I do want to maybe sign Escobar. I mean, we have a lot of guys on the infield. I mean, if we had Bohr and we had, what's his name? Johnson, and then Frazier. One of these guys is already 4. 5 with Cozart, 6 with Simmons. Okay, we have room. We have room. Let's just go here. Escobar, how much does Escobar want? I don't know if we can afford that. That's a potential issue there. But that's really it. There were no starters that I felt comfortable getting. I mean, Keuchel only wants $3 million. Should we do this? Maybe we'll sign him to a 1-year. Try to sign him to a 1-year deal. So that means we have offers to Venters, Johnson, and Keuchel. Escobar might be a bit expensive depending on how much money we have to work with. So let's start to sim a little bit here. I'm no longer interested. I hate you. That's so annoying how they do that. I'm not paying him more than he should be paid, so goodbye. Which means we're gonna need another... That's it? That's all the first baseman? Oh my god, I thought there'd be more. Well, there might be more. If we sim a little bit more. Did we sign anyone? Did we sign anybody? No. No, we didn't. Okay, let me check. Here, we got Keuchel. So we're the only ones offering them deals as of right now. White Sox acquire Segura from the Phillies for Tim Anderson. Not a bad trade. Although Tim Anderson's a bit younger, but still. Blue Jays signed Dozier to a 5-year deal. Okay, seems a bit much, but okay. The Giants signed Strope to a 2-year deal. Alright, so that's it so far. Did we sign anyone? No. Still no. So we signed Chris Johnson to the 1-year deal for $2 million. We signed Keuchel to a 1-year deal for $2.5. And I think we're still waiting on, what's his name? Venters, who has a offer from the Nationals for more money. Venters, do what you know is right. Come to the Angels. Come on. Come on. We're waiting on you. We're waiting on you. By the way, there was nobody. Those 3 guys that were showing up on the screen before for the 40-man roster, not worried about them at all. So we didn't really have to adjust anything there. Just kind of waiting on Venters. I'm sure Escobar has signed by this point, which sucks because, yeah, I was a little unsure about his money and maybe wanted to get him. But, I mean, we have Cozart, so we might not have needed him. I mean, Cozart, his potential is going up, but his overall is going down a little bit. He had a decent year for us last year, not bad. You know, so we could see how he does for another season. How many years is he? 3. So he has another year after this. So that would be a decent time to trade him if we were going to. But I guess we'll kind of see how he does. No! Venters, come on, dude! The money always wins. Why? Why? What am I doing? Free agency. I just get like a lefty just to... No, I'm not signing Duke. Just to have one in the system. Alright, so Manny Parra is going to be for depth. But do I want to spend that much money on depth? Can we do 900? Maybe. The Orioles signed Machado. Look at that. He's back to Baltimore. 4-year deal, only $40 million. Not quite what he got in real life. The Phillies signed Bumgarner to a 5-year deal. Wow. Donaldson's going to the Mariners on 4 years. Corbin's going to the Orioles. Okay, so the Orioles are suddenly deciding to make some moves that will probably backfire for 4 years for Corbin. So did we sign, what's his name? Who did we just, I can't remember his name. Parra. Alright, accept it, please. Come on, Parra. Okay, so we signed Parra. Perfect. So we have that depth piece under $1 million, which I'm okay with. We do have a couple of open spots on the roster as a whole. Let me see if there's anybody in the draft here. I don't expect there to be, but you never know. And sometimes they turn out pretty good for you, but I don't think there's anyone there. And usually the relief pitching is the deepest part of this Rule 5 draft. Yeah, so there's nobody else there. So we will skip through that. Keep going. Keep going. And keep going. We got all the arbitration. All right. Coaches. We're good on coaches. We might have to adjust the scouts, but we'll do that once the season is over. I do want to potentially, let me just see. I know we lost a lot of pitchers, but we still have 19 starters. So maybe grab another starter, like all the way here at the bottom, just to kind of fill out, the organization. Oh, no, okay. What about you? No. What about you? That works. All right. How many relievers do we have? Jerez. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17. So maybe another 2 relievers. Wow, there's no relievers. All right, back to the starters. Is there anybody else we can get here? 70, and nope. 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 Come on, is there anyone who hasn't pitched in the majors yet? No, you already, I knew that. Okay, we'll just go with the deep potential. It doesn't really matter right now. And then I just want to fill out, just so we have some guys. There were no first basemen, most likely. So that is an area I would like to grab a guy for. Maybe a right fielder, center fielder. Let's see what there is. Right field, center field. So it would have to be this guy. We already offered him. Go with him if he had. Nope, he's played. Have you played? You have? Oh my god. Okay, so we'll go with him. We have a ton of. Wait. How have all these guys been on the 40-man roster? Alright, I think that's all we're going to do, honestly. I'm not just going to spend money to fill out the organization if we're overspending. So we got 5 guys here if they sign. How many guys do we have? 84, so it should bring us to 89. So we're 1 short, it's no problem. Okay. So we got 89 guys there, and let's really quickly check the scout contracts. So we have West, West, Central, International. So one needs to be East, and there's not a lot of good East scouts. West, Central might be able to, yeah, definitely upgrade Central. International, upgrade that, and then West is good. So I think that's good there, and yeah. Alright, so on the 40-man roster we have 32 players right now. Let's see if we just need to adjust that. Keuchel we're going to add. Move him to the majors. So we have... Okay, so we have 8 starting pitchers here. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 relievers and 1 closer. Excuse me. So that's 18 guys. We got the 2 catchers. I am going to stick with them, I think, for another year. Lucroy isn't really declining at all that I noticed just yet. And Smith, I'm hoping, could have a little bit better of a year than he did last year. Because he does, according to his attributes, he really shouldn't perform like he did last year. So, you know, he can only get better. We got Bohr at first, Frazier, Fletcher, LaStella on the roster, Cozart, Johnson we need to add. Oh, is Parra? Yeah, Parra's on it, okay. Then we got Simmons, Tovar, Upton, Yoshi, Trout, Yuki, Hermosillo, and Otani. Alright, so I think that will be good. This guy was decent. I might add... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alvarez, I want to spend more time in the minors. So I might actually add this guy to the 40-man roster. Welcome to the 40-man roster, Jeff MacArthur. You have some decent attributes. I kind of like that. And he's only 22. He is a C potential. Close to a B potential, though. So he actually could be a decent player. Alright, so that pretty much does it for the offseason. Not too exciting of one. We do have a decent enough club, as we know, based off of the results of last year. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that really is going to be our goal moving forward, to pretty much, you know, try to defend our title. And we have a decent shot at it. A decent roster here. We lost a couple of guys, but no one huge. The biggest loss we had was Pujols, who's, you know, at that point in the game, really wasn't doing much on the field, but maybe, you know, he could help the guys out off the field. But yeah, you know, not too much that we've lost in the offseason. We've only gained pretty much, in my opinion. But yeah, hopefully we can get back to the playoffs and try to repeat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to continue into the regular season at the start of the next video. I do actually really quickly have to make sure that the injuries are off, because I was playing another franchise a little bit and I had them back on. Okay, so that should do it. We'll pick up the next video in the regular season and see how far we can get in that one. And yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you're all doing well. And until the next one, I will see you guys later.